A ghost story that sounds completely unbelievable but is entirely true.
Okay, so I used to work at this place called the Cavalier, and it was built in 1926. They were doing renovations because it had really gone downhill over the years. And I was part of the opening employees because they were going to reopen and they prettied it up and added new things, and it was just really nice. So my job was lead hostess at Becca, which is the restaurant inside of this hotel. Now, this hotel has its fair share of its own ghost stories besides mine, and one of them being a ghost cat, even that walks throughout the building. And then there's a bellman inside the elevator that warns you about the sixth floor. And there's also the ghost of Michael Kors, which was the founder of Coors Light, the beer. He's also apparently residing there. Not only that, people have said to see Marilyn Monroe there. I'm not sure if that part's true, but there's been a fair share of ghost stories within those halls. There's also a pool, and people have said to have been dragged in the pool when they're swimming. And unfortunately, there was a case years ago where a little girl had, and it connects with the cat. So she had brought a cat in, and she went looking for the cat, and unfortunately, she drowned in the pool there. And ever since then, people say that they feel tugging and pulling while they're swimming, and it's really creepy. As some people go in the pool room and there's wet cat prints even though there's no cat. So besides that, when we were opening, I'll get back to that, there was, all the furniture was being put in, all the new furniture in the lobby area. And I had come in one morning for work, and there's a lot of commotion going on. And I was asking, what's going on? And someone was telling me, they were like, well, last night someone rearranged all the furniture. And I was like, what do you mean rearranged all the furniture? And they're like, well, they didn't have the camera set up yet, except for in the front. And they didn't have a camera set up yet in the lobby. And all the furniture had been rearranged when they came in. And the last person out was last night, and he didn't rearrange the furniture. So, they're really confused as to why the furniture got rearranged. And when I say rearranged, I mean like these are big couches that were pushed and moved. They were all over the place. So now we're open, right? So we're open. There's lots of customers coming. People are renting rooms. It's great. So I'm in charge of taking reservations for this restaurant. And, I have a spiel that I'm supposed to say when I answer the phone, thank you for calling, Becca at the Cavalier, how can I help you? And I, get a call, and I pick up the phone, and it's really staticky on the line. And it's this woman on the other end of the line, and she goes, hello, can you hear me? And I said, yes, can you hear me? And she says, yes. And she has this transatlantic accent. Okay, if you don't know what that is, think back in the old movies how they used to talk. Okay, very, very. But she sounded young. She didn't sound like an old lady. And she was asking me, is this the Cavalier? I said, yes, this is the Cavalier. Are you looking to book a room, or are you looking for Becca, the restaurant, because you've called the restaurant? And she says, oh, well, I remember the Cavalier, and it was so beautiful. And she just started going on and on about, I remember the days, and she was reminiscing. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, she sounds so young to be talking about the 1920s, 30s, 40s, she doesn't sound like an older woman reminiscing on something. She has this young voice. And she said, well, you find a reservation for me, and you can call me back. And then I said, okay. And the phone kept getting staticky over and over again. So I said, okay, I will look, for you because I'm pretty sure we were booked. So I was telling her I would just look just to see if there's anything available. And so I hang up the phone. I ended up finding a reservation. Cool. I was like, oh, that's so awesome. She's going to be so excited. So I go to, because you can press the button to call back the number you were just talking to. The number didn't exist. I call my manager. I said, I just talked to this woman on the phone. My coworker was right next to me while I was talking to this woman on the phone. Is saying the phone number doesn't exist. To this day, we have no clue. No clue what happened. So I'm fully convinced I talked to a ghost on the phone.